Hello, Lucas.
Hi.
Hey, and welcome to. This is your first.
Second, actually. Last year
second.
was my first with sonicstate as well.
Hey, well, welcome back.
Thank you.
And yeah, we've been in touch already about one of your modules, which you're going to show us now, and you've also got a prototype you're going to show us of something else as well.
Yep.
And I should just say, your half-time modular.
Yes.
As well. So yeah, what are you going to take it away?
So we've been working hard since Super Booth a couple months ago on ATR, which is our 8-channel multi-track recorder. So it's a very basic in terms of usage. You have an SD card, 8 channels, and you press start to start the recording. You press again the rec button, and it stops the recording, and you end up with a WAV file with 8 channels onto the SD card. I should note that this records at 24 bits, 48 kilohertz. So we've spent a great amount of time since Super Booth because people were really requesting that 24-bit quality. So we redesigned the whole input to have very low noise and yeah, just so that the 24 bits actually matter. So it's a great audio quality recorder, audio only, no CV or triggers. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's actually, as you can see, it's expandable, so you can have more than 8 channels. Sorry, if you chain 2 of them.
Oh.
So that's why the second LED lights up. So it's 4 HP. You have a 2 HP expander where you can take the tracks, like you get a copy of each track.
Yeah.
And you also get a trigger input on the expander. So
okay.
yeah, you can.
So I'm just thinking. So if you've got those expanded, how do you record them at the same time so that all the audio files line up once they're recorded?
You mean like there's a connector on the back to chain them?
Ah.
So from the front panel, it's like you don't see anything, but that's how it's linked behind the back. You can actually see on this module here, there's like a special connector, which
so
will
be connected. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, perfect. Wicked. And is it recording as WAV or?
Yeah, WAV file.
Yeah. Brilliant. Nice and convenient. What is that? That's like 4 HP.
4 HP, yeah, exactly.
So it doesn't take too much room.
Yeah, and so as you can see, there's also a 1U panel that exists. So
brilliant.
It's not out yet, but I think we will include the 1U panel inside the box by default so that people, like users, can choose if they want it in 1U or 3U.
Yeah.
Easy, because it's the same module behind the back.
I do like this concept because it just means you don't have to have a computer connected.
Yeah, you can be sitting on the couch, jam for an hour, and then take 5 minutes out of the jam and mix it properly if you feel like it.
You're playing a live gig, you want to record your show, and you want to record more than stereo output or whatever.
Exactly. And you don't have to bring the external recorder and all the cables that go with it. You can just be inside the rack and don't have to worry about it too much.
Yeah. You can't monitor through this, can you?
So that's sort of what the expander is made for. So you can go into the recorder and then back out to like your output module or mixer or whatever.
Because I suppose if I was using this, I would use stackables.
Yeah, if you're using it without the expander,
without
exactly,
the expander,
you can use stackables.
Yeah, that's probably what I'd do anyway. So great. So when's this coming out?
We're working to get it released by the end of October, so before the end of October, actually.
Yep.
Just getting in touch with stores and all that stuff for the release. But the hardware is final. We're still polishing the firmware, and we're on track to release in less than a month.
Awesome. And what's the price? Do we know?
More or less, yeah. It's depending on when you order and taxes and all that stuff. We're based in Switzerland, so our price would be 250 Swiss francs. That's about, probably after taxes, more than 300 euros something. But yeah, final price to be defined.
Wicked. Well, we'll keep an eye out. And then lastly, you've got a prototype or something for us to see.
Yes, we also showed this one at Super Booth back in May, and it's Humanizer. It's a pretty unique concept, if I'm not mistaken. So it takes a volt per octave signal on the input and a gate, and it creates essentially a new note. So it's inspired by acoustic instruments which have imperfections in their pitch. So like a singer maybe will take 100 milliseconds to find the right pitch. Maybe it will oscillate a little bit around the perfect note.
Okay.
And so I'm trying to integrate those imperfections into Eurorack. So you have just like an envelope, you have different stages. So at the beginning, you can have some glide. Maybe you can put the sound up so you can hear what's going on. So that's the sort of base sequence, and you can see on the oscilloscope you have the notes. So the higher the signal, the higher the frequency.
Yeah.
So that's the base sequence that we're hearing. So I can add some glide, which is pretty basic. I can also add a bit of a transient at the beginning of the notes. As you can hear, it can be positive or negative. You can also have like a bend at the end. Sounds pretty funky, you know?
Yeah.
Which can also go up, so you can really get crazy with the parameters, or you can keep it subtle if you want. And during again, if you think about this as an envelope, during the sort of sustain phase, you can have a bit of vibrato, which can also get pretty intense in both in amplitude and frequency. So you can go pretty harsh if you want to go into weird sound design. And the features are still in progress. One of the features we implemented since Superboost is a gate delay. So as you can see, there's a gate output, so you can delay the notes.
Okay.
So you can also play with timing humanization. So it's really, I like to think of it as like an add-on where you can have a basic sequencer, and you can expand or like make the sequence more complex and more lively than what you typically get out of a classic sequencer.
Wicked. I must admit, I'm a big fan of kind of always trying to attempt some kind of humanization within electronic music, because it can be very sort of static,
rigid,
on and off.
Yeah.
And you might want that sometimes. But I'm a big fan of and I can see on the screen now, I can see like some little nuances occurring in little spikes here and there, and that, you're just changing it now just off screen, but that's there we go. So I think that's pretty cool.
And the interesting thing is we can still perceive the note as the right note, even though the actual signal is going around quite a lot. Which the idea came from looking at like spectrograms, so like the frequencies of acoustic instruments in time, and you realize they're not playing like, it's not like a piano roll, when you look at the frequencies, it's going all over the place, and you still perceive it as proper, like in tune music.
And I like the way you've chosen faders, because these are very quick, so you can just implement a little bit here and there. It's very kind of performative in that way.
Yeah, the previous version was all potentiometers, but I realized it was a lot more playable, so that was part of the updates we did since with Superboost.
Fantastic. Any ideas when that might come out?
Still needs a couple months of work, mostly adding features, like there's a quantizer and some randomization probably that's going to be coming. So.
Smashing. Right, well, we'll keep an eye out for that.
Great.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for stopping by.
No worries, man. Thanks.
Cheers.
Bye.